What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! Coming at you. I got a little bit of a different video today, and I just want to kind of shed some light, just kind of so you can throw your peepers on some stuff. A lot of young fellers out there don't know a lot about Matco tools, and you know, they buy stuff now, but they don't quite see the quality that was there at one time, and just how it's kind of changing now. And I just want to talk about a few key points, so that way that you know the difference of what you're buying now and what I feel like they should be doing. Now, this isn't going to be this isn't a negative thing, I guess. I don't want anybody to take this as a negative. I just want to show you what kind of the evolution of the tool industry is happening, and it's not just with Matco. I will say that it's not just with Matco, but I want to kind of show you some differences in some stuff and just let you see. So we're going to flip the camera around, and we're going to talk about a few things and just kind of get into it. So here we go. All right, guys, so here we are. We're here on the table here, and we're going to take a peek at this stuff, and I'm going to show you some significant differences, what I don't like of what's going on with a lot of tool manufacturers now. So first of all, we're going to talk about, let me move a couple of these out of the way because I want to just kind of direct my attention towards a few things. So we're going to talk about wrenches real quick in the hard line. You know, most mechanics, this is the bread and butter. This is part of one of the major items that you're going to need. Sorry if I'm screwing with my mic here. This is one of the major things that you need, and I want to talk about, these are the Armstrong wrenches that I own, and let's take a look at them. Get these focused in here. They're Matco. They are etched in, or they are forged in or stamped in to the tool themselves, part numbers, and obviously you can see forged USA. A lot of guys will not see these wrenches and probably haven't seen these wrenches, and I don't know exactly when Armstrong. I didn't really go into that depth, and you know, because I haven't had a Matco dealer for a long time, and so I don't have a ton of Matco stuff, I will say, but I have had Matco stuff over the past. But this chroming, if you notice, you can just look just here based on the table. You're going to notice a huge difference. You know, these are going to look very similar in chroming, and that's my snap-ons versus the Matcos, because I believe that the Armstrong chroming process was the trilithium process, just as if the snap-on had did it. And this chroming process, I believe, is superior to everybody else's. This is what a lot of people refer to as bright chrome. This is your shiny chrome, and you know, it just, that you can see the end result of owning these for several years is that they take on a lot of scratches and they get dinged up. Now, cosmetically, I really don't care, you know, but I will tell you this: they get pitted in spots. If the chrome gets chipped because it's a cheaper process, the wrench is not as quality. So you're paying for quality. You demand quality. These are 100% USA made. I've heard people say about Mac wrenches that these zero offsets aren't USA made. I don't know. I have USA made wrenches. These are basically, I think these are built in the Stanley Proto factory in Dallas, Texas. And I have been to that factory and watched the forging process. And I've watched the chroming process. So there's the part number. But you can see that it definitely takes on a lot of scratches. So what's my point? My point is that this, so we're going to get rid of these wrenches, and you know, I think you kind of get where I'm, kind of sniff where I'm going off on here. Let's set these guys aside. Now let's look at some ratchets. And let's just kind of talk about what I don't like about what's happening now versus what was going on, and the process is getting cheaper. We're paying more money for our tools, guys, and I guess my point is, and I'm not necessarily just picking on Matco, but Matco is one of the ones right now that is really irritating to me because they do this. So if you notice, this is a new ratchet that I got here, and I paid premium money for this stuff, and they etch it in there, laser etch it in there, versus how they used to do it, where it's stamped in. You know, it's cutting corners, but we're not seeing it in the end result as consumers. You know, this is stamped in. Now, I do not know if this is actually a USA made ratchet, because This ratchet does not say, and I never noticed it before because I just assumed that these were all USA made, but this is the old hard handle. And I've used this ratchet quite a bit over the years, and I really enjoyed it. Of course, you go to another Armstrong built ratchet, and I don't remember if this is an 84 tooth or, whoop. Of course, I knocked the camera over right when I'm doing this. I'll show you guys everything though, so I'm not scared. We're not going to back down from this. Bloopers and you get to see the bloopers and everything right along the line here. So, anyways, let's look at this ratchet. Once again, USA built. And I think this is of good quality. I've really enjoyed this ratchet. This is like an 18-inch or 17-inch ratchet. It is the 17. I really wish my camera broke. There's a part number on it, but you can see it's USA. And it's also a little bit different chroming. Of course, this is my new 30-inch. Now, what's drawn me to all of this discussion about this is the fact that I am having the switches on this. I've kind of got this one working better now. I took the head apart and deburred it. And but you can see I still have to push hard on it. Versus this ratchet, which I have never done that with this locking flex head. And of course, you guys know that you've been watching my channel that I recently purchased this one at $185, and I have to fiddle with this, so I'm going to have to tear this apart, probably deburr it. But once again, I paid premium money for this ratchet, $185, and they're doing a laser etching on it versus a stamping. What's the difference with stamping, you say? And some of you might not care, but in all honesty, you're paying top dollar for it. The quality of tool, we are skimping on quality. So if you do like these ratchets, you're getting cheated, in my opinion, for a laser etching. Now, a lot of tool companies are doing it, but that doesn't make it right. So I want people to actually see the difference in why stamping is so important, or forge stamping. Now, this is my Mac ratchet, and you can see Matco is still clearly doing stamping, but they're building the heads obviously separate from the shafts, which is concerning to me. A couple things that come to my attention right away are they actually getting these stamped, in-house? Are they sending them out, and then you're paying for that price, so that's why they're cutting the cost. So one of those things with the tool business that becomes really dirty type of stuff. Now, the head thickness is always a big thing that I like to hear about from people, and we're going to bring in something here, and we're going to do a little bit of measuring. But Koken, for instance, we're going to talk about head size. Koken is definitely thinner in the head, width-wise, and once you put a socket on it, the width on the head is also just a smidge narrower, 3/8 to 3/8, and then when you do the 1/4 inch, it's almost a millimeter smaller in all total. What hurts Matco on this is the fact that if you look where they lose a little bit to the Koken is that their anvil, see if I can get it to focus in there, their anvil has a ridge on it, which lets the socket ride up a little bit higher. It's not a huge deal, but I've always said in the past, if you have a problem with a millimeter being a clearance issue, chances are you should be on it with a wrench. And, honestly, I really don't find the clearances to be that big of a deal. When you look at the width of a Mac ratchet versus a Matco, once again, the Mac is thinner in that direction. It is a little bit thicker in that direction, but we, once again, are talking about millimeters, the difference. So let's take a real-world measurement, and we're going to do it metric to hold true. So this is the Koken ratchet. You see it's a 14.08. And the Matco ratchet has the ridge right there. So we're going to measure right off where the top of the socket would rest. Let me get that in there. And you can see the Matco is at a 14.62. Not a big difference. Not a huge deal. Not enough to really go and run and cry about, in my opinion. But once you compare it to a 1/4 inch Matco to a 1/4 inch Koken, you are going to find a world of difference. So let's get that. I should have just put a socket on here, so that way it'd make it easier more justifiable. I think, let me get this one set down here. I think we're going to be right around 1085. We'll call it 1085. The sockets fit flush on the Kokens, okay? I will tell you that. So you don't have you don't have that type of problem. But right there, there's your difference in your Koken ratchets. 992. That is a significant, almost a millimeter difference. Not only that, let's just measure the head width just for comparison. And we have a 2039 versus a much, much larger 24 millimeter width there. 24. So guys, when you want to talk about getting clearance, if that's your concern with Matco, you probably should be looking into Koken, because Koken is definitely the thinnest ratchet when it comes to these right here. And that's just not only my point. The point is the quality. If you look at the Koken, it is still stamped in there as well. They're stamping their names into it. No laser etching. And I'm not just hitting on Koken, because I also have Snap-on is doing the same. They still forge their numbers into the shaft and the head. Everything is, much better built. So if these guys are going to be competing on the tool trucks as the top or the best tools, shouldn't they be giving us the best tool they can offer? That's the point of this video, and that's exactly what I want to just show everybody, that when you're looking at a tool, and we're going to bring out this real quick, one last deal here. So this is a Cornwell, and Matco sells this exact same wrench. They sell these exact same Cornwell wrenches on the truck. And these are forged, or these have stamping in them too. So it's still a little bit, it's a little bit sketchy to me when I see stuff that's etched, laser etched on there. It bothers me. I guess it just really bothers me, because that doesn't incite quality, and I think that we need to recognize this and give people a little bit of heads up and say, hey, we want you, to kind of put your foot forward. Now, like I said, everybody does this, guys, so it's not just Matco. But Matco is the easiest for me to pick on, because they are the most relevant in my mind on stuff that I could actually find to see this stuff and kind of tell you. The chroming process, the laser etching, all these are cost efficiency processes, but you're paying premium prices. Why am I paying more for this ratchet than a Mac ratchet that, in my opinion, is better built? The yoke is a lot stronger on this. The head, the durability of this is within no doubt, in my opinion, way more. I have one of the guys at work has had his rebuilt 3 times. Heard multiple people talk about them. So people might enjoy the comfort of the ratchet, and they might enjoy the locking mechanism. That doesn't mean that we have to allow people to just get away with that and accept that. I think it's something that we need to, always be mindful of, is basically what I'm saying. Just my opinion and my thoughts, and I thought it was a good video to share with you guys. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.